Be careful what you order from UberEATS. It might not be sanitary.
Xbox, Twitter, Uber,
Postmates,
Netflix, MoviePass,
Google,
Facebook, eBay,
DoorDash,
Apple, Amazon, Airbnb,
The Apptrepreneur. Hey everyone, this is Kevin, the Apptrepreneur, and food delivery. You know, this is something that I did not think about when food delivery first came around to be a huge thing. It's something I didn't even consider a possibility, even though I probably should have. But where does your food come from when you buy it on Uber, Postmates, DoorDash? I mean, when I open the app, I see a lot of old favorites. You know, I see the Burger Kings, I see McDonald's, I see the Pyologies, I see the Lazy Dog, I see the Denny's, I see even some smaller chains like What a Lot of Pizza, which I really enjoy. They're not exactly national, but you know, they're local and I recognize them. And yet, in between all of this, there are many, many restaurants I have never ever heard about. A couple times, I've bought from those restaurants, you know, just a blind purchase. I kind of looked at their menu, something looked kind of interesting. I bought it, I had it delivered, usually enjoyed it. However, I might not want to necessarily do that in the future because according to this article from Food and Wine, setting up a fake restaurant on Uber Eats is disconcertingly easy, according to the BBC. Now, this is a little disturbing, so bear with me. Back in 2017, a writer for Vice made international headlines by launching what was essentially a fake restaurant out of a shed in London, and then gaming the system to land the city's #1 spot on TripAdvisor. Though both revealing and shocking, the stunt was ultimately harmless. TripAdvisor is a review site, so worst case scenario, a few duped diners were left upset by the prank. But yesterday, the BBC revealed it had created a similar but more disturbing scenario on another major restaurant industry player. The British news organization opened a fake restaurant on Uber Eats and delivered a meal without any real oversight whatsoever. And this is where I'm sure a lot of you who are right now like, you know, on your phones ordering Uber Eats kind of going like, yeah, it's like, wait, what? What? You're putting your phones down right now, I just know it. So, in a brief but impactful 2.5-minute video, the BBC opens a restaurant by making burgers on a charcoal grill in their small London front yard. They dub the business the Best Burger Corporation, or BBC. Get it? It's clever, I admit. We wanted to see how easy it was to trade on the Uber Eats platform, the video states. So we made up a restaurant name, created a menu, and applied online. Uber Eats asked if we had a council hygiene rating. We said we would get one soon. A few days later, we were sent equipment to start trading. There had been no identity checks. Feeling pretty good about having Uber Eats delivered yet? So by the way, this is the video, and as you can see, this was their listing on the Uber Eats app. Mark McGlynn, a food safety expert who was in on the experiment, placed an order from the Best Burger Corp, and indeed, not long after, the video shows an Uber driver picking up a burger from the front yard grill and delivering it to its destination. Quote, "I am astonished by what I saw, but also very, very alarmed. We're in desperate times, it seems to me, if very, very large food delivery platforms can be operating in this way." I agree. I am almost speechless with horror about it, Heather Hancock, chair of the Food Standards Agency, later tells the BBC. For their part, Uber Eats sent a statement to the BBC writing, quote, "We are deeply concerned by this breach of our food safety policy." No. Yeah. No. Uber. Honestly. Who are you kidding? Let's finish this and then we'll say it's wrong with this, of course. And we have taken immediate action to update our sign-up requirements. It is unacceptable that a restaurant that did not meet our requirements was able to use the platforms. We are working hard to ensure this doesn't happen again. Yeah, except those probably were your requirements. You know what? It has been stated many, many, many times on the driver's side how many criminals wind up on the Uber platform. How many people who have to register as SOs wind up on the Uber platform. And they have a third-party checker company that does the inspections, does their background checks. They're usually very flawed. No, Uber This is not a breach of food safety policy. This is you completely ignoring it like you always do. You don't want quality. You don't want safety. You don't care about it. You want to expand. Here's the thing. If Uber was truly concerned about this, if they had a safety policy in place, you know what happened? Let me tell you what would happen. They would only include restaurants on the app that was willing to work with them and they had thoroughly investigated. However, that's not how it works. And by the way, this isn't how DoorDash and to a certain extent Postmates work as well. All of them are guilty of this. They find a restaurant and they put it on the app. And maybe someone will submit the restaurant and they just put it on the app. They want to have the market share. They want to have as much reach as they possibly can. This was not an oversight. This was negligence, and it was intentional negligence. Let's continue. Is there anything else to read about this? Meanwhile, businesses operate differently in different countries, so the question becomes, could a similar thing happen here in the US? And if so, what is UberEATS doing to rectify the situation on this side of the pond? They're going to probably do nothing. However, there's an update. Specifically asked whether what happened in the United Kingdom could also happen in the United States, UberEATS replied with the following statement, quote, as outlined in our community guidelines, restaurants are required to meet all relevant licensing requirements and to follow all food regulations. Including food safety regulations, restaurants must maintain valid restaurant licenses and or permits. Any restaurant found to be without license or following local laws would be deactivated. So basically, we'll let them on, and if we find out they're doing something a little shady, we'll deactivate them. I mean, What do you expect from Uber? This is just what they do. There's no oversight to this company. Their culture has not changed. Their culture was built on breaking the rules, breaking the law, getting whatever sad SOB who needed a job, and that includes me, by the way, so, hold off on your comments, who was desperate enough. I never thought I'd be a taxi driver, and yet here I found myself as one anyway. They are consistently ignoring safety. They don't care about safety. It was part of their culture 10 years ago. It's part of their culture now. Or is it 9 years ago? Maybe they're not exactly 10 years old yet. So this does not surprise me. And now, if you order from UberEATS, seriously, don't do any blind buy purchases. Just buy from the restaurants you are aware of. And by the way, this is in addition to some people being very uncomfortable with the idea of other people handling their food. Because we do have videos like the DoorDash people actually snacking on food and stuff like that. So, there's just a lot of risk. If you don't want your food to be unsanitary, pick it up yourself. It's just not worth it, in my opinion. You're taking a huge, huge risk. But anyway, that's where I'm going to leave it right there. What do you folks think? Does this shock you? Are you disturbed? Are you ever going to use UberEATS again? I would love to know. So, comment below, like, favorite, share, subscribe. If you enjoy my videos, consider becoming a Patreon member. It's totally optional, of course, but even as little as $1 a month goes a long way to helping the channel run smoothly, and you get access to my Patreon's exclusive blog. Also, if gas prices are getting you just a little down, check out the Get Upside app below. It's totally free, but you get cash back on every gas purchase. If you want to see more content from me that's a little different from what you normally see on this channel, check me out at Kevin T. Rodriguez and the Apptrepreneur Vlogs YouTube channels. Finally, if you want to talk to me or other fellow rideshare drivers, check us out on Facebook at the Apptrepreneur Hangouts. And as always, flame responsibly. Have a good one.